a Saturday, what better yet, be with the girlfriends, have some coffee, and hang out with this guy right here. Hey, Angry Joe.
How are you?
Nice truck you have here. Can you explain what's going on here in your new truck?
A lot of lattes, the iLift lattes, the Reppuccinos, you know,
Yeah.
much as you can handle.
So it's nitro infused. It's amazing, and he even has this jerky with coffee in it, big ass protein muffins. Take the camera and show him a little bit on the inside.
Sure.
And show him the lovely coffee lady.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're doing a full circle here. This is nice.
Yeah.
Coming right back at you.
Good job. So you guys need to follow Angry Joe. Check out his new truck. He's the man. Ow! Cheers! Hi everyone. Here with my mom. Hi. We're taking a road trip. Going to San Diego Zoo. Woohoo! Hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Just wanted to check in and say hi. Hi. And we love coffee. Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to this episode of Michelle Davis Fitness. I'm sitting in IHOP, and I'm actually with my mom. Hi. And we're taking a road trip to San Diego. That's right. So I figured I would do my first product review before we eat our meal. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you're new, then please subscribe. If you are current and we've hung out before, well, thanks and welcome back. So my first product review is Enzymatic Vitality. This is a digestive matrix, non-GMO, supports gluten digestion. It's a plant-based enzyme, and it has aspergillopepsin. So you take one capsule before a meal, and this helps you absorb your nutrients and your vitamins. You absorb all of your nutrients through your small intestine. So you got to make sure that before you put your food in, you put in an enzyme. Why? Because it breaks down the food easier. So therefore your body can absorb what you need. So this is premium formula. It is from Orlando, Florida. You can go to enzymaticvitality.com. And so I am going to be trying this all week. My mom's going to try it out. We're going to try it out. We're going to let you guys know how it is. And so, cheers to your health. Yay.
Can't we just have a meal without you doing that?
Doing what?
Just kidding. That's what Jean thinks.
So annoying. I'm filming everything I do.
Seven Seas.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Are you ready to work out? You ready to work out? Are you ready to work out? Okay, well, anyways, wanted to show you guys that's my Prime Kinetics Posture Medic. Helps me in so many ways. Keeps my posture straight. One of the things I love when I'm traveling is skincare. And Painted Earth Skincare is one of my favorite skincare lines of all time. The Restorative Eye Souffle is so soothing. Just right under here. Try it for you. All you ladies and gentlemen. And I love their company. So social media savvy, but I like their product even more. Probably just as much. This is the Age Defying Cream, Baby Come Back. And as advanced cream that helps repair, resurface, regenerate, and renew skin from the first application. Our deep penetrating fruit-based alpha hydroxy cream will soften skin as new skin layers are forced to the surface for younger and smoother skin. So I'm waiting for my mom to wake up, and we're gonna go to the zoo, go walk around, take you guys with us, show you what the zoo is all about. I'm gonna be having a lot of fun with you guys today. Thanks for hanging out with me. So I love this skincare line, it's so nice. PaintedEarthSkincare.com, check them out, look them on IG. Let's go to the zoo.
Dessert for $2.
We'll give them a $2 tip. Here we are, everybody. The zoo.
I did too.
Yay. I'm taking video, Mom.
I know. Oh, is that the marsupial or
You're a marsupial.
another Tasmanian devil?
You're a Tasmanian devil. Where are we going, Mom? That's my mom.
To the zoo. We're at the zoo.
That's my mom.
And see, they like to eat bamboo. Oh, come on. You're supposed to be looking over here. Have you ever watched a giraffe give birth on TV?
No, I haven't.
Oh, wow. It's really interesting.
You're interesting. You guys having fun? So my next product review is, of course, taking probiotics. I want to say thank you to Hyperbiotics, making sure I'm hydrated, and as well as taking care of my gut health. Not only that, but they're located in Vegas. So, making sure I'm staying healthy.
Oh, hi, honey. Good. We're looking at the greater one-horned rhinoceros.
You're a greater one-horned
Yes.
rhinoceros.
Oh, yeah.
So we're back at the room, got some lunch. You know, we did the smart thing and did not buy park food because it's so expensive. But you guys are probably wondering, why did you get an extra room? Like, why are you and your mom not sharing a hotel room? You want to know why? Okay, let me show you. This is my room. Okay, snacks and supplements and books and clothes. Okay. This is my mom's room. Like, what? Where's the fun? Where's the fun? No snacks?
No snack.
No snacks? So we went to the zoo. Now we're doing some shopping.
Sephora.
Hanging out. What's going on? There's lots of screaming going on here.
Sign right there. See? Can you see that?
So, Mom,
Yes.
what was your favorite part about the zoo?
Oh my gosh, let me think. I like the giraffes. I like the baboons.
She was curious to know how giraffes and hippos have sex. Not both of
I
you know
didn't
what I mean.
say sex, I meant mate. Because they're so.
I actually liked all the plants, all the botanicals. Because in Vegas, there's no plants
Yes, there are.
anywhere. So the minute I got
They are
to San
there.
Diego, I was like, oh, look at all these plants. Hey, Mom, what's your shirt say?
Listen to your heart.
Look at the painting behind you. sign right there. I don't know what else is a sign if your shirt doesn't say a hamburger.
Life is good.
Life is good. So good. Hi everyone, how you doing? Give me a thumbs up if you like the little video of me and my mom in San Diego. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I just wanted to bring in my guest, Stephanie. How you doing, Steph?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for being here with me.
Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that she can hang out with me today because we're going to have a great show. First and foremost, I met her through Yvette Auger, Cosmopolitan Connections, which is the best social mixer in Vegas ever, and I want to give lots of love to Yvette and Eric Auger. They're the best couple ever. So I want to give certificate for this little lady right here, and she is the balloon lady.
Hashtag balloon gal. That's what Danny
Balloon
Vegas
gal.
called me.
There we go. So again, I had a celebration of life for my sister, and the Strength Sisters came together. Stephanie helped so much with her balloons. I want to show this little quick clip of the event and how fantastic it was. So take a look at this. So the event was wonderful. I really got to give a big shout out to all my teammates, especially Maria. She helped me with all the gift baskets and the bake sale and the games, and my coach, Michael Haley, and he brought his dog Max, and everybody who attended. It was so much fun. It was very memorable. And thanks to Stephanie, she brought her balloons, and I actually brought them here in the studio. So I want to show you guys how wonderful these balloons are. That's how much I like these. I actually saved them. Now, what I love about these balloons is it actually says my sister's name. And a small saying we'd always say is, I love you to the moon and back. So I know you can't see it, but it says, Christine, love you to the moon and back on these balloons. And it just, so awesome. Can't thank you enough. And so, if you guys have any special occasion coming up, birthday party, event, anything, let's give a thumbs up and hearts to Steph here, the balloon gal, because she was just amazing with these balloons. And yeah, so welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, me too. It is International Yoga Day. So that's kind of why we have the yoga pose in the background, and to let everybody know to do a tree pose or a plank or a warrior pose or something today. It might help you out. You never know. We were talking before the show about how much we love yoga. It's kind of something that for me kind of helps me slow down, helps me kind of unwind. I'm always on the go. Vegas is a very energetic place. There's not really that many places you can go and ground in Vegas, but True Fusion on Eastern is one of my favorite places. What do you like about hot yoga?
Sweating.
Sweating. I do like sweating.
Getting all the toxins out,
Yeah.
and stretching and forgetting your worries in life and just focusing on poses and, maximizing the time there.
I agree. It's always funny, like I go and I'm always worried, like everyone's staring at me. Am I doing this correctly? And the funny thing is everyone's focused on themselves.
Yeah.
If they're doing the correct pose.
Right.
If they're doing it correctly. And I feel like then I don't have to worry because, life is too short.
Right.
I think there's so many things that we worry about other people thinking about what they're thinking about us that we stop and don't quite think about what we feel
That's
is right,
I always say worrying only changes your hair color.
Oh my
Gray.
God. That is so funny. So yeah, again, thumbs up and likes. We are talking about International Yoga Day. We're also talking about women's strength. We're going to be talking about lots of things here in Vegas just for women to feel empowered and motivated. Stephanie has quite a bit of information to let all you ladies know out there that we got your back, and just to let you know that, you know, life is hard, but here in Vegas, especially for women, especially in some employment areas, it can be kind of difficult. We were talking about sexual harassment a little bit, so we're going to dive into that a little bit. But furthermore, if you like what we're talking about, feel free to ask a question. We're here to answer. Please feel free to share. Let all of your friends know that we're here talking about women empowerment. And we're live every Thursday, 1 p.m. here in Las Vegas on WCOBM.TV. So before we get to men bashing, I just want to let you know there are good guys out there. This is not just a show we're going to go and rip every guy's head off and we're going to go prance it around like, you know, darn, not yet. But what we are going to say is there are good guys out there. One of the things we just kind of want to talk about a little bit is that Vegas is one of those adult Disneyland, free-for-all. People come here and they feel like they can do any effing thing they want. And it really, really is very hard on a lot of women, employment, kind of just keeping their head high when it comes to standards, morals, values, respecting yourself. But again, one of the things before we go into that subject is talking about balancing and grounding, and how you were even saying when you lived in Japan, when you were in the Air Force, how the ocean relaxed you so much.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
So I went into the Air Force because I wanted to get a degree, because I wanted to be able to support myself growing up. I didn't want to depend on anyone. I wanted to be able to do it myself. So
Good
I
for
knew
you.
a college degree would be a good way to be able to do that. So I couldn't afford it. Neither could my family. So
I always
had
say
to support
that
myself.
Education is freedom.
Yeah, I agree.
Good for you.
Yeah. So I joined the Air Force, and it was a great experience. Thank you very much. I loved every minute of it, and I was able to be stationed in Japan, Okinawa, for 2 years. And I mean, what an experience. But
Oh my
being
God.
young to go there was very frightening. And I was
bet.
very
I
lonely.
mean, the language, the culture, the food. How
Right.
much sushi did you eat?
Yeah.
My gosh.
Not much there, because it
No?
was like too raw at the time. now I can. But then,
But you said that you love the ocean.
no, I love the ocean. So,
Yeah.
so I grew up in Colorado, which there's a lot of mountains and trees. But when I got there, I realized how much I just love the ocean.
Yeah.
And the ocean, the waves, the force, you know,
The
how
sound, the smell.
everything about
Everything.
it. How waves even move, you know, just
Yep.
and they took my emotions and they brought it back with them. So I was
Yep.
able to calm me, and then I was able to find myself, refocus, and
I absolutely agree with her. There's something, and give a thumbs up and like if you absolutely love the ocean. If there's something therapeutic for you where it really calms you, it brings you down to earth. There's some times where, you know, even being around computers and cell phones and all this electricity, we really build up a lot of frequency in our bodies. And sometimes I've heard that all of that frequency can actually get into our cells, where it actually replicates toxic cells, free radicals, things like that, where we get so overstressed that it actually causes immune issues. We can't sleep as well as we want to.
Yeah.
So one of the things I find is like going camping or going for a walk
Right.
on the beach, going for a hike, going places in nature where in Vegas it's really hard. I mean,
really hard.
Mount Charleston is 30 miles away and Red Rock is really, really close, but there's no ocean. The waves and the water and there is Lake Mead. Don't get me wrong, like you can do the paddle boarding and stuff like that. But again, the ocean has something, it's something that's just amazing.
Yeah.
It magnetizes you to just calm down. So again, if you are in Vegas, you're stressed out, ladies, what are we going to do? We're going to go do some hot yoga. I want to play this quick video for you to kind of blend in, to tell you that today is International Yoga Day. And if you've ever thought about just relaxing and, you know, conforming to something different, maybe bring a friend and do something out of the norm, take a look at this video and we'll be right back.
Hold, just be still. Shoulders over wrists, loose tight.
So blend it in with lifestyle and just having something different to try. That's True Fusion on Eastern. I guarantee if you go there with a friend, you're definitely going to think twice about relaxing, doing something different to just kind of unwind. What's up, Casey Jones? How you doing? I thought you would like the story about the ocean. Check out moochesmunchies.com. I know I don't mean to name drop too much, but if you have pets, anyways. But so Stephanie here and I are talking about, she's the balloon gal. If you don't know, now you know. And so we're talking about things to empower women and also talking about her story, which is really impactful. She's been active her whole life and she loves yoga, and yes, but she's talking about women coming together and being more of a voice for Las Vegas, for encouraging others to stand up for one another. And when you see someone in need, maybe someone who is, you see someone being taken advantage of and you need to stand up for that person, do it. Especially when it comes to a woman. Here in Vegas, we have a lot of trialing times when it comes to tourism, alcoholism, people feeling like they can come here and do whatever they want. Yes, it's a great place to be. It's an adult Disneyland. People have so much fun. Millions of dollars are made here every day, and millions of people come here. And it's probably the #1 tourist destination in the world. And yes, it's a great place to be. Bring your family. But one of the things I kind of want to have Stephanie talk about was she brought her balloons to my Strength Sisters event, and the one thing she was very passionate in talking about was how her job has kind of, she felt like she needed to be a voice. And she needed to recognize that voice for a lot of women that she's seen throughout the years in her industry, which she's a dealer. And so in the name of casinos, you see dealers everywhere. You see blackjack dealers, you see Russian roulette dealers, you see cocktail waitresses and bartenders, and let me tell you, they work their ass off. And excuse my French, but they freaking, let me tell you, when I see people running around and keeping up with the tourists and making everybody happy, I gotta give kudos to you guys. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Absolutely, because it is hard job, and it does pay well, but at the same time, there's some things that you kind of have to swallow and take in that can be stressful at times.
Right.
So let's kind of go into how, after you were done with the Air Force, you moved here in '98, and you needed to, you're continuing with your education, which is amazing, getting your master's in psychology. But again, to pay the bills, you found that being a dealer was something that helped you out a lot.
Yeah, so I became a dealer, a blackjack dealer, while I was in the Air Force on the side.
Hence the poker table.
Yeah, how ironic.
I know, right?
It's actually a blackjack table. So I got into that. I thought, I want to do something fun on the weekends, and I felt that was a fun job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went, and it was.
And you still do to this day.
And I'm in management now.
Yeah.
But I dealt for a lot of my
You worked
career
your way to
in the casino.
into that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Right. And, just being in the casino business, you see a lot of different personalities. And it really shines when they become come into Vegas and they let their wild side go.
Oh yeah.
And being a woman on that side, you kind of feel
You feel that pressure.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Hangover. The dentist is like, honey, I'm going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. He didn't tell his wife he went to Vegas, by the way. He lied. Everything's going to be great. And then you get there and they're like, woo! And it was like a music video at that point. Everything was crazy.
Right.
It was just chaotic. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, everyone is in Vegas to have a good time. That's why people come here. But I think it comes down to the point where you look at men treating women, even if they're intoxicated, is how they were raised when it comes down to it. And you were mentioning some really, really good points that I want you to touch up on when we were discussing before the show about the psychology that you found about how people were raised and how they treat the opposite sex.
So, getting a psychology degree helps me understand people.
Which high five.
Thank you.
Go girl.
And working in casino actually helps me understand people. So putting the two together, I actually got to get a real sense of, how people operate and how we're all connected in a way. People are we're all the same in a way.
Right.
So, but statistically, based off studying textbooks and psychology, you can see that there many things that happen to you when you're a child and you're growing up, and your upbringing reflects who you become or how you think or how you act toward other people. And it's just psychologically amazing that we're all connected in that sense. So so I just learned little things like you can tell how somebody is, and then you can tell what kind of happened to them.
Right.
I mean, there's
So
a
give an
connection.
example a little bit. You were kind of conforming to like women who haven't had a male side in their life, even men who haven't had a male kind of brush up on
So
that.
there's strong statistical support saying that any man who has issues with their father tend to be aggressive toward women. And there's statistics showing that any women have issues with their mother end up having some sort of eating disorder.
That's interesting.
And there's also some sort of women who have issues with their father or absence of father or something like that become a little more need attention from men. Like,
What do
in
you
that
guys
sense.
think? Do you guys agree at all, or I mean, do you have anything like that where you can kind of relate? Any women out there, can you relate to anything like that? Because we're kind of talking about empowering women, and when it comes to standing up for women, it's more than just one voice. So if you have a voice where you'd like to kind of stand up and say, yeah, I work in this kind of job and it's tough. Here in Vegas, there's so many different types of jobs that can be tricky. But at the same time, I think standing up for one another and women coming together, and that's something where ultimately, people have your back. So has there been any situations where you saw someone, an employee, fellow coworker, that you kind of were like, this is someone I need to stand up for, or any situation of that sense?
Well, I think everyone in general, we all have
Yeah.
to stand for each other. Even men, we all get some kind of
Absolutely.
abuse.
Yep.
Even abuse from other men, so it's all relevant. Like, we all need some sort of empowerment.
Yep.
Men and women. But being a woman in the industry, especially in a male dominant industry, I felt like as a dealer, I didn't have a woman to be able to empathize with what I was going through.
Right.
Like, they didn't know how I felt, and you can't unless you experience it or you're a woman who knows how that feels. So I wanted to be able to move up and help other women. Like, that was my goal then, to help them not feel that way, be able to say something, not hide it, not tell anybody. Like,
Right.
tell me, because I will tell them something. And I
Exactly.
want to tell them something because they need to hear it, because some people don't know. They don't know any better.
And it's funny
that's
that
how,
you say that, because I was talking to some of my teammates today, and we were talking about just the subject. I said I have my friend Steph coming on, and we're going to kind of talk about how some of the difficulties in the workforce, kind of towards sexual harassment a little bit. And I said, what do you do when you have a guy that just is gawking at you and just staring at you, and it's making you so uncomfortable? And my teammate Jen said, I actually look at him and I go, really? Really? And I said, you know what, that's a good point. And, I think it has a lot to say that when you have respect for yourself, you have respect for others. I think in a lot of times people come here and, Vegas is a place to party, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that you drop everything at the door and, you don't keep your morals and your respect and so forth. And yeah, there's a lot of people out there that kind of hurt other people and they don't realize it.
Yeah, they may not realize it, and so, and I think that there's not enough classes or education or something that teach people how to treat other people. There
Right.
used to be, I think, etiquette classes in the past, but nowadays,
And you see a lot of days in school, especially about bullying and all the killings now in school, because is there any reason for the violence? But again, ask yourself, is there education to teach people about bullying?
Right.
Is there education to teach kids the rights and wrongs of you're hurting that person or stand up for that person? And has anyone out there been bullied enough to the point where they just kind of shut down? And a lot of the times people become depressed and they don't have a voice. And so, being an advocate for someone that you feel like you should stand up for, a man or a woman, a fellow coworker or a family member or a friend that you feel like just constantly gets bashed, I think that's something that's admirable. It's something that is honorable. And especially to you being a soldier, that's something that you're, you know, you are a soldier, right?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, because she
an
was in the
airman.
Air Force, so
Airman.
that's something that you can teach your daughters.
Right. Which
Which
I
is-
do.
yeah.
Which I have 2 of. And I want them to learn to, one, respect themselves. I want to make sure they have so much self-worth, because that's ultimately what it boils down to, is that
Right.
when we grow up, somehow we lose our worth. We don't realize how much we're worth depending on the love we get, the, you know, or the friendships that we have, you know, the one bad thing. Like, someone can tell you 100 positive things, but if one person tells you a negative thing, for some reason we latch on that and we bring ourselves down. But we need to learn to let that go, let it move past us, raise ourselves up, because we're the only ones who can do it for ourselves. We have to raise ourselves up and not let anybody penetrate that.
I love that you say that, because a lot of times, yeah, there are certain people out there that if they say something, it'll stick.
Yeah.
And so it takes a while for me to let that go.
Right.
One of the things that I do to let it go is I do yoga. And so I want to play this video for you guys real quick to kind of talk more about True Fusion, how it's a very therapeutic place, just to kind of ground you, and not to mention it is International Yoga Day. So when we get back, we'll be brushing more about the topics that Stephanie and I were discussing right after this.
Hi, I'm Melody Chu, a staff editor at People Magazine, and I'm here today to try a True Fusion boot camp workout with the one and only Alex Rodriguez. I'm a little nervous. I've never done a class like this. It actually reaches 120 degrees with the humidity in the room, so wish me luck. So we're at True Fusion today in Las Vegas. For people who don't know what True Fusion is, how would you explain it?
Well, for me, it's the best workout I've ever had my entire life. It's so much fun. I'm 42 now, and I've had 2 hip surgeries, I've had 2 knee surgeries, and pretty much hurt every part of my body. I just can't be in a treadmill every day running because I would literally have to check into a hospital, and I would be terribly bored. I love True Fusion. Essentially what I love about it is hot yoga, which I love, kind of blended with Barry's Boot Camp. And what I love about it is like the perfect trifecta.
And I hear we're being joined by Jennifer Lopez and her dancers today, and they love this class. So for the normal person, clearly we all envy their bodies. Can the normal person achieve that through True Fusion?
You know, I think is you whatever you put in, you're gonna get out. I think ultimately, depending on what your goal is, I think True Fusion is great for you. I often said that if I had True Fusion during my career, I probably would have been better, and I probably would have played longer.
Congratulations on everything. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for coming.
I'm nervous for the class, so
I
we'll
cannot
see.
wait
I
for you
know.
to take it, and I want you to tell us how much fun you
Yeah,
had.
yeah. Fingers crossed I last. I just finished a class and it was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. It was definitely hard. I had to take breaks, but I didn't cheat as much as I thought I would. But J-Lo, A-Rod were right behind me, and every time I looked at them, they looked, I mean, J-Lo looked beautiful. A-Rod was definitely dripping in sweat, but if they could do it, I wanted to make it through, and it was very hard and a great workout. And I'd say maybe 8 out of 10, maybe a little harder if I hadn't cheated, but I can't wait to come back and try more classes.
Hey everyone, so I'm here with Stephanie Oakley. She is known as the Balloon Gal, and we are here just kind of chatting about things about life, women working in Las Vegas, and how much we love hot yoga at True Fusion. It is International Yoga Day, so anybody out there that are yoga instructors or yoga fanatics, happy International Yoga Day. This show is live every Thursday at 1. If you want more information, just go to Michelle Davis Fitness on IG. And before we get more coming back what we were talking about relating to women and men and just the workforce and so forth, you are the Balloon Gal, which I love that you love to make people happy with your balloons.
So that's why I got started. So my business actually is called crazyballoonstoyou.com.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to bring crazy balloons to people to make them have a better day.
Yeah.
You know, just tell them how amazing they are.
Tell us the story that it all began with your sister.
So my sister's amazing.
Yeah.
And
which I think is,
yeah, she's
I love
just-
that.
Yeah, she's just great, and she works hard, and I wanted to send her some.
Are you getting emotional?
No.
Okay. I was like,
some balloons that like told her that and told the world. I mean,
Uh-huh.
you can send her a flower bouquet and something small, but she'd see it. But I wanted everyone to know, so
That's
I
cool.
wanted to send her something massive.
yeah.
But I couldn't find anything.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing out there that shows exactly what I wanted to say on balloons. You know, you get the little happy face one, or you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the
but-
ones you find at the grocery store. They're
Yeah, or
hanging out.
that. But I couldn't.
You're like, no, I'm not going for that.
Yeah, and I couldn't send it to her office.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to create it.
That's so cool. DIY.
Yeah, DIY. So I wanted to be able to, you know, make other people happy and have other people be able to express to their friends and family how much they love them. So that's why I got started in this.
That's so
And,
cool.
Yeah, I do it on the side. You know, I wanted to be able to see. I'm an entrepreneur by heart.
I love
I
that.
do have a steady job and a really great job,
Yep.
and you know, I love everyone I work with. This is just something to add on to that and to grow. So
You know, there's something about people when they celebrate something, they're in the mood, they're just excited, you know, and get to share that with them.
yeah,
Even better.
right. Yeah.
And you get to see all sorts of different excitement. I mean, weddings, birthdays.
Yeah,
quinceañeras,
graduation, celebration
you know.
of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you make like you can order custom make balloons. I think someday you should create like your own
Line. That's what I want to do.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, you're
'cause-
badass.
Oh man, you know, and I'm even thinking more like think about the EDC balloons you can make.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Exactly.
that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
well then
Yeah.
I'm not so crazy after all.
Let's make balloon outfits.
Right? We'll be like the balloon girl crew.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you ever thought about making an outfit in a balloon?
I've seen it. I've seen somebody
that-
done it. I
yeah,
didn't
I
think
saw
of
that
doing
too.
it. Maybe I'll create. And I also do like the vinyl, the writing that I wrote on the balloons. I also.
So you did that yourself?
Yeah.
That is so cool. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Just to let you know that Stephanie and I met through Yvette Augier's Cosmopolitan Connections. And I see that some of the people that attend the mixer are actually online right now. So give a thumbs up, and everybody, if you're having an awesome day. It's a little bit of a heat warning here in Vegas. Just a little
Yeah,
bit
it's
of a
hot.
heat warning. So, you know, I hope you guys are staying indoors. So yeah, other than that, we are talking a little about empowering women, and here in Vegas it can be a little challenging when it comes to sometimes working environments, things of that nature when it comes to sexual harassment. But that's where we come together and we empower one another to have each other's back. If you see someone that you need to stand up for, don't hesitate, definitely stand up, say something, you know, and it goes a long ways, because what your action is doing is maybe educating someone or teaching someone basically to do it to the next person, and therefore. And so, you know, it's something that I feel like as women, we need to kind of not only stand up, but I think compliment each other once in a while. Like, Stephanie, you are so beautiful.
Thank you, Michelle. So are you.
Thank you so much. I think, you know, just saying someone that they're beautiful, you know, it goes a long ways. It really makes a difference to kind of make someone's day if you're, you know, just telling them something. I love your dress. Like, I love your dress, by the way.
I love your abs.
Thanks. I have to give a shout out to my coach, Michael Haley, which you met Michael Haley.
These guys, great.
Yeah, I was really excited. I hope she comes and trains with me once in a while. Just maybe once. Maybe once. If I can
need to.
convince her to. No, you don't. It'd be fun. But one of the things we also want to brush up on is codependency, because I think a lot of women and men are codependent on one another. I think a lot of the times when it comes to being strong and being independent, you have to be okay in your own skin.
That's right.
And I think you definitely learned that in the Air Force, moving to Japan, being at such a young age. You know, I took a trip with my mom to San Diego, and it's funny because we did it for many reasons. One of the reasons was because I actually wanted to tell myself, you can do this, Michelle. You can drive there. Everything's going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen. You can drive back. And I don't know where it ever came from that I have this voice in my head that says, you can't do that. You can't, what? You can't do, you know, like, and that is just BS. And I don't know if any of you out there have a little voice in your head that kind of is that little like devil on your shoulder that makes you scared of everything, and that anxiety that builds up. And before you know it, you don't feel okay unless you're like with your better half. And that's actually me. I'm guilty of that. Like, I found that I needed my better half with me at all times, driving anywhere, going in areas I wasn't sure of, just to feel safe in Vegas. I don't know if any of you guys are the same, or any of you ladies feel the same way. But I think it's very worthwhile to kind of take a trip by yourself, to spend some alone time, to actually get to know yourself, to fall in love with yourself. Because if you're not okay being by yourself, how the heck are you going to be okay being in the real world? And tell me a little bit more of how you feel about that.
So I have a lot to say about that.
Say it, girl. Say it. Say it loud, say it proud.
So I've been studying this for a long time. I really felt like I was very insecure growing up. I know now, looking back, my self-worth was like to the ground. Like
I
super
feel the
insecure,
same way at times.
You know?
Don't
Yeah.
you have to shake your head like, why did I even go there? What?
Yeah, it was just so, and I think maybe as teenagers and stuff, and you're going through your emotions, and you care about what everyone else thinks, and you don't know where you fit in, then you just really get depressed, and and it starts from there, and then you're taught to have boyfriends, get married, have children.
Which we talked a lot about. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, everybody, if you like what we're talking about.
Love.
Love, love, love. We were mentioning how a lot of women nowadays are stronger than a lot of the women back in the days in the 50s and 60s that were having babies early, getting married really early, and they didn't really find themselves.
And taught to be housewives and dependent on someone else.
Yes, codependent.
They didn't have the right to vote,
Thank you. So I truly feel like we've come a long ways. Women in general have come a long ways. And I think speaking up about it, there's definitely a voice out there now that I see a lot of like really badass women out there that are really making a difference and just standing up and being proud and having a voice, talking about issues around depression, anxiety, things that maybe we shouldn't shut out and open up about, maybe.
And I felt like, when, like, say I'd smile at someone, like say I'd smile at a guy or whatever, they automatically would think I was interested, even though you're just trying to be nice. And then you get that a lot where you're just like, okay, I'm just trying to be nice, and, you have to
I get that at the gym.
That.
I just have to look down. Just look down.
And you don't want to.
I don't
you want to make
down.
contact with people. I mean, that's why we're here.
And I tell you what, a lot of women I have found have to wear the earplugs and the hats just so no one hits on them and no one gets the wrong message.
Right.
And do any of you women have that frustration in your life that you feel like, I'm not trying to hit on guys. I'm just trying to be nice.
Right.
And I personally think making eye contact with someone, like you said, it's like mixed messages. Where did that come from?
Yeah, where did that come from? So it's like something that we need to relearn as a society, to treat each other with respect, understand where the boundaries are, understand what you're supposed to say or allowed to say to somebody, without making them feel degraded and
that's true.
demeaned. So,
and I do think not taking things so personal. I found just kind of letting things roll off your back. Because I've taken things in and let them kind of soak in and let other people affect my emotions. I think that's the biggest thing of all through hot yoga and exercising especially. I have found to better balance my emotions and better focus on my attention on the present moment. Analyzing too far is just exhausting.
It's exhausting and it's a waste of time.
Thank you.
And I learned, like, it took me a lot of years to learn, and that's why I want to share what I've learned, because I've done a lot of research, I've done a lot of self-help, on myself, and to figure out why I felt this way and how I can feel better coming from the inside. And what I've learned is nobody can make you feel better about you than you. Like, nobody can give you that power, and nobody can make you feel worse, only if you allow them to. Like, if you don't allow it, then they can't. It's only what you allow yourself to become.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm big, like, don't let it in. If anyone calls you a bad name, don't let it in. You just can
cut it off.
Right. So, but going back to like self-worth and growing up, like I just didn't realize that was what I was. And I thought I needed a boyfriend. I thought I needed somebody there, and I was getting in the wrong relationships because I wasn't whole. So I wasn't finding the right person for me because I was finding who I was used to how I was felt being treated.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
if I didn't fully love myself, I'm going to find someone who doesn't fully love me
Absolutely.
and treat me that way.
And I do think, I feel because of social media and conforming, and everyone's like, I got to have this, I got to do this. People try and find that right person that's going to fit that mold to where personally, I think letting out all the things that don't matter, spending time with yourself, realizing that money isn't everything, and not comparing yourself or trying to
Right.
be like someone else. And then finding that right fit with someone that's like the complete opposite. I personally was like, I want to find the complete opposite person than me, someone who is way over in left field, so that way it's like coming together is like the negative and the positive, the yin and the yang. When you find someone that's like completely exactly like you to a T, you're gonna be with like a frenemy.
Yourself.
Yeah, and it's like you better like yourself. And, but we have some. Hey, Sabrina, we have not worked out forever. Sean, how you doing? I heard that vacation you took with Jessica was just the bomb. You two lovebirds. And Daniel says women can do anything. I'm all about it. That is so cool. Hey, Jen, what's up? You are amazing. So true. Be strong enough to stand alone when needed. I absolutely agree. And here in Vegas, there are so many strong women like Stephanie who love to stand up and be there for you at any times, especially when it comes to balloons in her business, which to me, there's nothing better than to making someone happy, making their day. And you know, you work hard being a dealer. So at the end of the day, when you get to like make colorful balloons and bouquets for people, that's so cool.
Yeah, you're right. It brings a lot of color.
It does. I love color. I love painting. And you're a mother of two. So shout out to your two beautiful babies out there.
you.
And you know, being a proud mom here, you know, that's a hard work. Very hard work. So give kudos to you as well. So we've talked about a lot of stuff on the show today.
I know. How do you feel?
I feel great. We've brushed up on a lot of topics. We've talked about everything that I feel like you wanted to get off your chest. And personally speaking, all women out there working in Vegas who are here helping out all of the millions of tourists who come here every single year, my hat's off to you. I don't have a hat on right now, but if I had a hat on, I'd take it off. Because everyone out there, men and women, you guys work your butts off. And I know that it's not easy, especially when you have tourists that kind of feel like they can say anything they want, they can do anything they want. And that's not the case. So, you know that definitely, you know, all that hard work is definitely going to pay off, whatever it is that you do. And know that here in Vegas there are good people. And if you are one of them, then, you know, my heart goes out to you as well. So, Stephanie, give out your social media, your .com. Anyone want to hire you for some balloon bouquet making?
You can go to crazyballoons2u.com. That's the number 2.
Number 2.
And the letter U.com.
That's right.
Or call me. My number's on there. Or email me, and I will just create something for you and be able to deliver it at any function or any event, or just if you just want to tell somebody you love them.
That's
let
right.
me know. I help.
That's so cool. You know what's funny? I love social media, and I got to give a shout out to Gabby Michelle. She's actually my neighbor from way back in the day, from when I was like 12 to 18 in my hometown. Isn't it funny how social media, you actually can just click of a button, reach
Yeah.
out to anybody from
Right.
across the world.
Yeah.
That is just insane.
And from your past.
That's true, I know.
Yeah.
Blast from the past. What do you think about social media? Do you like it?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Tell me yes, why?
I like connecting with, you know, everybody at
New
a push of a
people.
button. You see what's going on in people's lives.
Mhm.
However, I don't like the negative part of it, where people get in arguments,
Yep.
or
Bullies,
you know, bullies, or
cyber bullies.
you know, just and maybe it's too much of an access.
Yeah.
And you forget
That's a good point.
the personalization of everything, and the phone calls, or the meetings.
I really feel like the whole having patience and waiting, you know, the instant gratification is so now at our fingertips that there's no more kind of just, okay, let's wait for it to come in the mail. Is the post guy here yet? Oh, is it time to watch our favorite show? you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But hey Natalia, how you doing, girl? Hope you're having a great day. So thanks everyone for hanging out with us today. If you're here on Facebook Live, give us a thumbs up or a like. We're just kind of talking about fitness and motivation. It's International Yoga Day, and shout out to True Fusion for sponsoring this segment. And again, thank you for the balloons.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
Can we play that Strength Sisters event video and show the balloon bouquet that Stephanie did? Sure. I want to show you guys this one more time. Just 'cause. So thank you to all who have joined us today. I hope you have enjoyed the topics that we have discussed today. And just to let you guys know, over at True Fusion, they have the hottest clothes ever. I am actually wearing, I know it's kind of weird, but these pants are made from plastic bottles.
Oh, cool.
And they sell them at True Fusion. It's called Niyama Soul. They have tops, they have sports bras, they have bottoms, and so True Fusion has all sorts of stuff. They have a cafe inside. They have 3 locations in Vegas, but my favorite is the one on Eastern. Shout out to Greg and everybody of the team. But one last gift that I want to give you guys. Life is a gift. That's why we call it the present. So one of the presents that I wanted to share with you is that Stephanie and her sister are big time advocates for this one book movie that if you haven't watched already, it will change your life, and she wanted to share it with you before we take off.
So I'm not sure if you're familiar with The Secret. It was a book, now it's a movie, a documentary, but it will change your life. And if you live by the fundamentals that it teaches you, you can become anything, you can will anything to happen, and that's what it's all, that's The Secret. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what The Secret is, because you have to watch it. But if you do, it'll change your life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love being here.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. She was a little nervous. I said, no, we're going to have fun. That's what this show's all about. So again, thanks guys for joining. We're live every Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in Las Vegas. And I do want to give a shout out to my coach, Michael Haley, Platinum Physiques, throwing the guns up. Because he's the man. He is just so respectful towards women and God. And, you know, him and his wife, Joanne, are my fitness family. And without them, I don't know where I would be. So thanks, guys. All right. Have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. And don't forget, WCOBM is 24/7. So don't go anywhere. Stay right here. We'll have some more good stuff. All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.